Hey everybody, so today in Yoga World, if you have 10 minutes and you're struggling with your day or feeling like it's really gray outside and your energy is low, which tends to happen this time of year, or maybe you just woke up and you're having a hard time tapping into your energy and you haven't had enough coffee yet, or maybe it's the end of your day and you still have stuff to do, but you're just feeling really drained. This practice is great, will be great for you, will be really helpful. So what we're going to do today is something called heart openers. So opening up the front of the body is a great way to bring fresh energy into your day. What happens when we get tired tends to be that we start to round in and slump in and everything gets kind of closed off. That can also cause a lot of back problems, but it really makes you feel tired and drained. So if you have 10 minutes and two simple things. The first is a strap. But if you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf of any kind. The longer the better, so winter scarf, we're getting into that time of year, but something like this, strap or scarf. And then if you have a towel or a blanket, we will be using that for our practice today. So I have this as a traditional yoga blanket, but a bath-sized towel will work really well for you as well. So before we begin, so we're not futzing around too much as we move in and out of poses, I want you to take your bath towel or your blanket and you're going to make yourself kind of a roll shape. If we were face to face, I'd tell you exactly how to fold what you have and exactly how to make this shape, but we don't have it and it's all good. It doesn't have to be an exact science. So kind of make your roll. It's about the length of my torso almost. That's kind of what you want. And just put that off to one side. We'll be using that later on. And then come on down, and if you have a yoga mat, you can lay on a yoga mat, but if you're on carpet or a rug, hopefully not hardwood floors, because we're going to spend a lot of time lying down, but if you're on hardwood floors, it's not the end of the world either. Just come on down and make your way down onto your back. And the first thing we're going to do is find something called constructive rest pose. So in constructive rest pose, your knees are bent and your feet are right to the edges of the mat. And you'll find that there's some space between your knees. Go ahead then and let your knees knock back together again. And bend your elbows and just bring your forearms to your sides for a moment. And we'll just take a few breaths right here. As you exhale, start to let the base of your back soften down toward the mat. And then go ahead and find your elbows or your forearms with your hands and see if you can just let your arms come over your head. If your shoulders are really tight, that might feel like a lot. And if it doesn't feel comfortable to you, come back to here. We're just going to find 2 to 3 breaths. Just letting the sounds around you come and go as you practice today. For me, it's the sound of my kids in virtual learning. For you, it might be, I don't know, if you're in an office scenario, other people, or maybe you're lucky enough to be by yourself. If so, I'm very jealous. So on your next inhalation, go ahead and widen your arms. So let them come out to the sides. Let the palms face up. This way your shoulders can rotate externally. And that's a lot of what we're going for today. And keeping your feet to the edges of the mat just let your knees fall over to the right. And if you'd like, you can gaze over your left shoulder. And if you'd like, you can start to draw that left knee down. Doesn't have to come all the way down, but if you want to feel a nice stretch right here in the front of the hip, you might like to do that. Take your time and slowly take that to the other side. So knees to the left, gaze to the right if you'd like, and draw that right knee down toward the earth if that feels good. Come all the way back to center. Heel toe your feet so they're inwards, so they're about hips width apart. And then go ahead and find your strap or your scarf, whatever it is. And you're going to bring it around the ball mound of that right foot. So some of you may need to keep a little bend in your knee here. If your hamstrings are really tight, you'll need to do that. But if you can, go ahead and straighten the leg. I've wound my hands into this strap so that my shoulders can stay nice and relaxed. And just slowly begin to draw that leg towards you. And then if you'd like, you can also extend that left leg, keeping the left foot flexed. But if it feels better, you can keep that right knee, that left knee bent. Couple more breaths here. So we're going to bring both straps into our left hand. We're going to let the right arm go out to the side, palm face down this time to give us some stability. And as much or as little as you'd like, bring that right leg across your body and you will start to feel a deep stretch in the outer hip. Breathe into it. If you would like, again, you can gaze over that right shoulder. So you can take that leg as far over as feels good. You might find that kind of sweet spot if you draw the leg up towards you at the same time where you really feel that deep stretch in the outer hip. And then nice and slow, come back to center. Hold both sides of the strap again and just switch out your feet. So again, you can keep the right knee bent. You can straighten it. If you straighten it, flex the foot so that that leg is strong. And again, just slowly start to draw that left leg towards you. And breathe. So when you feel ready, both straps into the right hand, left arm comes out to the side, palm face down, so you've got that stability. And let that right leg come across the body. And again, play with it. See what feels good. Draw the leg up towards you. Maybe you roll over more, gaze over the shoulder more. Whatever works. Come all the way back to center. Let the strap go. Bring both knees in towards you. Hold on to the front or the sides of them and just rock from side to side. It might feel really nice to make some circles with your knees going in one direction and then the other. And then slowly, you're going to rock up to sitting and swing your legs behind you and come to your knees. If you need something under your knees, feel free to grab it if your knees are kind of tweaky. And then you're going to go ahead and find that strap again. Hold it in each end in each hand, a little wider than your shoulders. And as you inhale here, just pull that strap. Keep it nice and tight. Pull it back. Keep a little tuck in your chin. Keep engagement in the lower belly here. So notice that if you're arching the lower back a lot, you want to really keep that lower belly engaged to protect the lower back. And then just nice and slow, bring that strap forward. And then exhale. I'm going to exhale into the deep stretch. Draw it back. And again, bring it forward. And then bring it back. And then bring it forward. Good. So bring the strap all the way above your head. And we're going to pull down on that right side. Keep the tightness. You can kind of come all the way over a little bit if that feels good. Breathe. Again, keep engagement of the lower belly. Don't want to arch the lower back too much. And then come all the way to the other side. Come on back to center. And this time, assuming you have no trouble with your shoulders, just go back as far as you would like. Slowly, as far back as you want. And then come up. And again, slowly and as far back as you would like. And come up again. Good. So let that strap go. And let your arms come out wide like wings. And then bend your elbows. This is what we call cactus arms. And then you're going to bring the right elbow under the left. So I'm mirroring you, right elbow under the left. And you from here, if this is feeling like a lot on your shoulders, you can just bring the palms of your hands together. Otherwise, you can bind and intertwine your hands. And as you inhale, lift the elbows up and send the forearms forward. Breathe. Breathe into that space between the shoulder blades. It might feel really nice here to just gently, slowly bow in. Come on back to center. Unravel the arms, sweep them up above. Interlace the fingers, press the palms to the sky, and just take a side stretch one way and a side stretch the other way. Arms go wide like wings. Cactus arms. Other side, so left elbow comes under, and you decide what you want to do with your hands. Lift the forearms up, elbows forward. You can stay here, breathe into it, or slowly round in and bow forward. Unravel and just come up to sitting again. And then go ahead and have a seat on your bum. Cross your right shin in front of your left. So this might feel like a lot. For some of us, if we have, for a yoga teacher, I have tight hips because I run a lot. So I have a lot of tightness in my lower back from that. So this may feel like a lot to you. You can keep your hands right here and just breathe into it. You might want more. You might want to come forward. You can bring your forearms all the way down and just let your head bow here and breathe. I'm going to give you one more option, but it doesn't mean that you have to take it. There's something called ankle to knee pose. So you could bring your right ankle into your left knee. Notice how I'm flexing that top foot here. And there's a lot of space for me between my knee and my foot because my hips are tight. Your knee might come down further. So this is a deeper stretch. Here you can lift up, roll your shoulders back, breathe, stay here, or fall forward. Very important to flex your feet to protect your knee joints here. So wherever you are, just a few more rounds of breath. When you're ready, sit up tall and just switch out your feet. So again, cross your legs, sit up tall, fold forward, maybe you can find ankle to knee pose. And maybe you want to sit up tall, maybe you want to fold forward. It doesn't matter which. People think that to be able to do yoga, you have to be flexible. Nothing could be further from the truth. And unfortunately, I think a lot of time that's because people who have been practicing yoga for many years post photographs of themselves in these crazy postures. I have done that and do that as well because it's cool, right? But what it does, unfortunately, is give this impression that you have to be a certain way to do yoga. You don't. The only requirement of yoga is to come as you are and show up to the mat and listen to your body. And that's why most teachers will offer options in these postures. It's not good, better, best. It's just, where are you? Where are you today? Find which option works best for you. So when you're ready, just unravel from that. Take a moment. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together, hands behind you, and just rock into your hips. So extend your legs, flex your feet. Gosh, I hope the bottom of my feet are not too filthy from paddling around barefoot in the house this morning. And you're going to find that strap again. And bring the strap around the balls of both feet. Wind your hands. And then just slowly come forward as much or as little as you'd like. And as with all hamstring stretches, if you need to, bend your knees. You'll still get a good stretch in your hamstrings. Maybe even better if your hamstrings are tight to bend the knees. 2 to 3 rounds of breath here. Go ahead and sit up. And then keep the strap around the ball of that right foot. And just let that right leg go out wide a little bit. And bring that left foot inside the right leg. Choke up on the strap and just open up. Come over to the side and open up that top shoulder. And see if you can reach that top arm over to the side. So you can bring your gaze forward, down, up toward the sky. If it feels okay on your neck, it can be a nice way to just connect to that more higher energy, just that higher vibration of energy. Make you feel a little bit more awake. Slowly come out of that. We'll come back to our center. And again, just fold forward. And breathe. And then now you keep the strap around that left foot. Open up that left foot. Bring that right foot inside the left leg. Choke up on the strap. Find a side stretch. So as I am drawing this top arm overhead, I'm trying to sort of send that right knee down toward the earth. And again, if you'd like here, you can gaze up toward the sky. Just let your breath come and go here. And then come up to sitting. Let your strap go. Bring the soles of your feet together. And hold your feet as if you're opening a book. As you inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. So here you can draw your feet in towards you more or send them further away from you. You decide what feels better. And then just bend at the elbows and pitch forward. If you want to, you can bring your elbows forward and really round in here and nestle in. It can be a nice stretch on the lower back. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall and stretch your legs out in front of you, maybe give them a little bit of a wiggle. And then you're going to go ahead and find your blanket or towel, whatever it is you have. And that's coming behind you on the mat. So you want to make sure, or on the ground, you want to make sure you have enough room behind you. And then go ahead and turn away from that so the short edge is to the base of your back. This is one of my favorite poses to do if ever I'm just feeling completely drained. This is a great way to just center your energy, but also just invite more energy into your body. So go ahead and really slowly, you're gonna lie back down so that this blanket is right between your shoulder blades. And once you're lying down on it, you wanna see how your lower back feels. I like to scooch away and scooch down so that my tailbone is completely on the mat. That feels more comfortable for me, but you see what works for you. And then from there, how does your head and neck feel? I like to just fold the top of my blanket under and create a nice little cushion for my head and my neck here. So options, you can straighten your legs. That might feel really good. You can bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees go out wide. That might feel nice. You can bring your arms overhead to the sides, cactus arms. Whatever works for you. And you can stay here now for as long as you would like. It can be 30 seconds, 5 minutes, or a whole hour. I've been known to fall asleep like this. It's just a great way of finding that space in the front of your body. And as you're here, try to draw the breath down into your belly. So rather than breathing into the chest, like most of us do, bring the breath down into the belly. It might be helpful to bring your hands to your belly and then just feel the belly lift and lower as you breathe. So I invite you to stay here for as long as you'd like, for as much time as you have. And hopefully, by the time you're done, you're going to feel much calmer, much more zen, and a lot more energized. Thanks. See you soon.